Welcome to a new Daily Top Askreddit video. Today's topic.
If you could casually change your biological sex back and forth, what are some non-sexual reasons you might want to do so? P. Standing up and get around periods. P. Standing up looking out over a majestic vista. As a hiker, always been jealous of men's ability to just turn their back and have a wee rather than hiding among some shrubs. The world is my urinal. Shorter line up at the bathroom. Yep, I'm a man so usually get the best of it. But once a year there's a sport event I go to that is almost entirely men in attendance and the toilet facility's not up to it. And obviously everyone goes at end if the match. IDK how it compares to others, but the Texas Rangers have never had a line under 10 to 15 minutes for the men's restroom skull. Avoiding periods. Right, I would definitely prefer a man week over a period. Anytime I realize my period has started, immediately change into being a man and wait it out. More socially acceptable to wear dresses and skirts when it's hot out. I fucking hate wearing pants to work when it's like fucking 90 out. Guy who ran the mailroom at my old office did this when it got hot and they weren't allowed shorts. He just showed up in a long skirt for a week. General consensus was that he was a stone cold legend. I was walking into town earlier today, and passed a guy, probably late 70s, wearing a flowing purple skirt. Otherwise wearing completely regular, old man clothes, and shoes. Honestly, I think my first thought was, man, I bet that's comfy. At least you're allowed to take your shirt off on a hot hiking trail, and let the breeze cool you off. I'd kill for that sometimes. You know, this just made me realize that we do it backwards. Women have more foldy, sweatiness on top whereas guys have it on the bottom, but guys can get the top breeze while women get the bottom. Fashion, honestly. Not all outfits and styles look good on both sexes. Absolutely fashion. Turn into a woman and have some actual choices for once, when it comes to what to wear. Not just fucking suits in like 3 equally boring colors and that's it. I also feel like women get to dress up more than men do, or at least get a lot more variety in their more casual options. Like with men, there is a line where if you dress nice people start asking what the occasion is or you look like you are going to work. I have yet to see anybody, man or woman, who does not look amazing in a tux. I have. Guy I went to high school with. 6'3", 350 plus pounds. Went to prom in a black tailcoat with red cummerbund, red bow tie, white gloves and a cane. Looked like the fucking Penguin. Get horny nerds on the interwebs to buy me a Nintendo Switch. I've played enough MMOs to know that you don't need to change your sex for this to happen. This is very true. I made a girl character in WoW when playing with my friends one time. Some random dude kept giving me, and not them, free stuff in-game unprompted. So I could sing bass. I play trombone, which is much lower than my female voice can sing, and I dream about being able to sing the notes and musical lines I'm the most familiar with. God, I've got a deep voice and this idea of yours never occurred to me. My voice straight up cuts out at some point in high voice pitch cause it just can't. Just rapidly change back and forth while singing for some massive range. Kiss the homies goodnight without it being awkward. Real homies no awkward. I wanna try doing the helicopter. It's harder than it looks. It doesn't work as well when you're hard. Does not having to be pregnant to have a kid count? Yes. I'd like to take turns with my husband. Tears of joy. Weird ass game of hot potato. Honey, it's your turn to bear the child. Quote, sigh, yes honey. Depending how it works, it could make you immune to things like prostate cancer cause you could swap and the organ would vanish then reset healthy. Depends on how the transformation works, I guess. In Animorphs, one of the characters tried to fix her shitty haircut by morphing then returning to her human form, and it didn't work. And as far as I know, Animorphs was based on actual science, so. Walk alone at night. And traveling without worries. This one. There are so many places in the world I want to go without also paying for my linebacker-looking brother to come with me. Kinda sad that this was my immediate thought too. I scrolled way too far to see this answer. Walk, jog, go hiking alone. Pass a group of men without getting harassed. To be able to use the bathroom with the shortest, no line. Pee outside without having to expose my ass. I'm a man, while I don't have to expose my ass, I choose to. It is a great way of asserting control over my dominion while exhibiting one of my most tantalizing physical features. Plus pulling up my shirt up and singing, hey there mister. Wiener. Is just so relaxing, it really gets things flowing. To have people listen to me. It would be very helpful teaching high schoolers. Unsurprisingly, people do not always listen to a 5-foot tall Asian lady, but when the football coach comes in. Don't worry, I'm a 6'7" man with a deep voice. No one takes me seriously either. I'm just the dumb brute with muscle to them. People always find something to judge you about. Going from a 5-foot tall Asian lady to 5-foot tall Asian man is unfortunately not going to do much. Gender bias testing. I'm legit interested in experiencing how I would be treated differently by random strangers if I were a woman, but I really couldn't pass as is, so, yeah, kinda. Avoid conscription. I know this isn't what you meant, but now I'm thinking of a world where they alternate between female-only and male-only conscripts. I would use it to get away with crimes. Enrich myself as one sex and then turn into my mannered law-abiding fraternal sibling of the opposite sex. Dr. Jekyll and Miss Hyde. I'd prioritize getting rid of my balls before I sit down. Autoballs, roll out. Exclamation mark. Autoballs, roll tilde out tilde up. Exclamation mark. Please have a seat. Thank you. One moment. Transformation sequence and sits down. The way you worded it, now I'm picturing a Sailor Moon transformation, also transformation, but instead of the outfit changing, she just changes into a 6'2" man wearing a sailor outfit with the chest of his suit now sagging and a bunch of chest hair very visibly poking out of it. Honestly, I would transform just so I was slimmer and could work in enclosed spaces easier. Being broad-shouldered and tall is nice usually, but trying to work under the cupboards or under the house is a huge pain. Also having slim hands would be useful periodically. Okay, but what if female you is the same size just in boob instead of shoulders? A lot less work would be getting done. Pee standing up. Makes hiking way easier. Squatting and peeing is twice as beneficial. You're emptying your bladder and getting a workout while doing it. Hashtag leg day. Yay until it runs down my leg. I'm an actress. That would be literally the best thing in the world for me. Voice actor here. Fully agree. Would be an absolute game changer. Strength and flexibility. Sometimes I want one, sometimes I want the other. What I wouldn't give for grip strength of a dude. I know I can work on it, but what most guys have automatically because of physics just makes me envious. Also, I want a long, flowing beard. I would braid it and add jewelry to it. It would be magnificent. I didn't realize this until I went ice skating with a female friend and I had to tie her laces because she was physically incapable of tying them as tight as they needed to be. I don't think that I work out my fingers very much, nor do I know what a finger workout would be. It's just my natural grip strength. Live my best gender-fluid life. Build muscle. I wonder if it'd transfer over. Could you become jacked as a dude using that sweet testosterone then transform and be a buff woman? You know, I just realized. If the swaps rules aren't very carefully designed, it could lead to one hell of a hormone whiplash each time. Normal imbalances are bad enough, no telling what happens when you just reverse polarity from one second to the next. Better treatment when making large purchases. Especially cars. Nobody gives a man grief for wearing the same grey suit to work every day. Run. Ladies with over AB cup no. Closing parenthesis. Running, OMG running. Trying to strap 'em down while still being able to breathe, just no. Man time for every run. Every time I felt a migraine starting that related to the hormone cycle, I would switch. Clothing, mainly. Women have really pretty shit they can wear. For men it's basically always the same. We need to bring back hats and capes for men. Men also used to wear a lot more jewelry. I love antique jewelry, and some of what seems more feminine in design from that time period was actually men's rings. They flaunted their wealth with jewels. Have you tried being a solo male trying to get into a club or busy pub? I'm a girl at the door then a guy on the floor. And all of a sudden, that club full of girls turns into a sausage party. That's okay, we can just draw straws later on to see who has to turn back. Avoid periods every month. Be able to take night walks without putting myself in danger which would put me in less danger. It was pointed out in the comments that you'd still be in danger. Be able to travel alone, which can still be dangerous but is less dangerous. Switch to the sex which would get me the best response when dealing with customer service and such. So schools I'll be a woman, banks I'll be a man, etc. Do I get stronger when I'm male? If so, lifting stuff. Day as woman for more fun clothing. These are just for the top of my head. Switching between as wanted is super op, I would love that. Edit, didn't realize formatting was a mess before. Tried to fix it now. Yay, men are biologically stronger than women after they hit puberty, which is not fucking fair. I used to be the strongest and tallest in elementary school. I'm in high school and it just all went away. Phew. Had this one girl in elementary school who was strong enough to beat 99% of the school in arm wrestling. She tried it again and failed on the first dude in high school. Life is a bitch. Having a bad wiener day. I'll go for vagina today. What's a bad wiener day? Like when your wiener is all frizzy due to humidity, and you just can't get it to style how you want. When you weren't planning on wearing a turtleneck but the decision has been made for you. Didn't even think about that. It would be great to swap when I get one of those completely random, non-sexual, boners. Hoping it goes down before I need to stand up is anxiety-inducing. I'd switch genders when negotiating pay or asking for a raise. Or go car shopping or to the mechanic. Or deal with home repairs. Beat me to it. I'd apply for most jobs as a woman and negotiate my salary as a man. Cosplay. I'm a woman with 2 chronic illnesses. I'd do it for more doctors to take me seriously. Seriously. My favorite aunt died because of that shit. Dickhead doctor ignored her migraines for years and basically told her to take an aspirin. She had a fucking brain tumor. It's been 15 years and I'm still pretty pissed. I have severe chronic prolonged migraines, the worst kind you can get. Initially I was refused migraine medicine because my issues were too severe to be migraines and was refused help or treatment. I did get on migraine medicine eventually. After 20 years of this I figured, why not find the best neurologist in the area? It would be wonderful to find a cure after all, or at least just see what is out there. So I went on Yelp.com and looked up reviews of neurologists in the area and went to see him. During my first appointment he asked me how long it's been since I've gotten a brain scan. I looked at him confused. A brain scan? Never. For a split second he flashed an angry offended look like he was pissed at my doctors. I'm going to prescribe you your medicine, and if you want there is better migraine medicine out there I can prescribe, we can also put you on, and we're going to give you a brain scan. Oh okay. No brain tumor on my end or anything, but if it was that I guess I would have died too.